a video was posted that she posted of her son who is 5 and celebrate his 5th birthday at Hooters.
Attention, Hooters! This is my best friend Xander. He's turning 5 years old. Can I get a round of applause? It's your birthday, yes it's true. It's your birthday, yes it's true. And we're here to sing for you. And we're here to sing for you. Good news is we sing for free. Good news is we sing for free. Bad news is we sing off key. Bad news is we sing off key. Sound off happy, ringing down birthday. Happy to you.
Jason is
Now
having
talk
such.
about our birthday.
Jason's like, yeah.
And we think there's a problem with this? Look at how happy it probably made him. You can't even get that at a Mexican restaurant.
If a young toxic king wants to see some boobies, let him see it.
So many, but believe it or not, many people are saying it's inappropriate. But we want to get your thoughts.
Well, I'm sure you think deep down inside,
I
Jared,
would not
it's
take my
inappropriate.
5-year-old for his birthday
I
to
knew it.
Hooters. No. Or my
knew it.
6-year-old, or my 7-year-old, or my 8-year-old, or my 10-year-old, or my 11-year-old. Yeah, I just want.
Gosh, it would be so boring living with Jared.
Have you ever taken your kid to Hooters? Has your kid gone to Hooters?
If he wants to go,
Okay.
I'll beg him to go.
All right.
It's a little bit different. I'm begging my kid to go. You're like, no.
I'm trying to think if we got invited, because like I don't think I would do it personally.
There's no
I
way.
would, but
You would never get an invite from Katie. We're having Nora's or Henry's birthday at
But if
Hooters.
Henry was adamant like he is about a police officer saying that he wanted to go to Hooters.
then I might do it because I think the idea is hysterical.
Yes,
like
it
I would
is.
go to a birthday party at Hooters.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh, Jason's begging his friends that have young kids to have their party at Hooters so he can go.
I'm sorry, Jared's just about this close to being offended that we would take our kids to Hooters.
That's why Carol always plans the birthday parties, because she knows Jason will just take the kids to Hooters.
That's after she said no to the strip club birthday party, probably. All right, let's go. We want your thoughts. 800-682-1075. Is it appropriate or not to have your 5-year-old birthday, kid's birthday party at Hooters? All right, let's go to Erica. I'm sorry, that has Zach. Hold on, Zach. One second. Come back to you in a second. Erica, did you take your kid to Hooters? Did you do something similar?
Yes, I did when my son was 5. That was 12 years ago. So I've had a drastic change in the way that I view this because I also have a 12-year-old daughter. And thinking about my 12-year-old daughter at 5 years old, would I take her to a Chippendales type Hooters establishment where men are walking around in G-strings with their junk hanging out? That wouldn't be appropriate. So
good point.
To flip it on the other
If you went to
side-
a restaurant called Nuts,
It
and they're
doesn't
like-
exist. It's
But-
hard to imagine.
that shows how unfair society is. That
Oh,
men don't have their own place to go called Nuts, where they serve hot dogs
right,
and
and I
nuts.
think
They should.
Yeah,
It's
but
unfair to
if
women.
the
But
junk's
what if it
hanging
did
out-
exist?
Yeah.
What if it did, and they just wearing tight pants?
But
Just say
it's
tight pants,
sexualizing.
and it's supposed to be like, oh, look at my junk.
But-
But that is it's totally different. Even the collar is totally different. The fact is, in society today, that is how a lot of women dress. Men typically don't dress like that.
Yeah, and
So I'm saying if
guys
it
aren't
did.
putting on those G-strings to be like, look at this, like my sack. Look how great. It's not a thing.
Yeah,
so it's
Chippendales,
hard.
they don't get
But
fully
if-
nude, do they?
No,
We're
they're-
already
no.
setting the men or the boys up to be okay with, sexualizing women, but our girls were like, no, you can't be exposed to that because we don't want you pregnant at 12 years old. So why are we doing it to our boys? Why aren't we teaching our boys to
The boys
respect
can't
women?
get pregnant.
This is good point, Jason. That's an excellent point. Wow, we are big on science here. You can't even argue that. Erica, and she did this. So
She did it. She took her son.
She took her son,
Yeah.
and then she's like looking back, like, I wonder what my daughter does.
But at the time,
What is
was
the country
your
coming to for crying out? I want to go
Don't
back
take their young
in the
children to
olden
Hooters.
days where it didn't matter about anything. Where's the
no.
naked girl?
In the 50s and 60s, there's no way parents would take their kids to
take their
Hooters.
No, but in the
No way.
70s and 80s, it was a lot less.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's offended about everything. Where's the naked girls at? I want to go to a place where there's kegs and legs. I don't care.
Kegs and
Kegs
legs.
and legs. Hey, what was your thought process back then when you took your 5-year-old? I mean, because clearly you were okay with it.
Yeah, I was okay with it. And it was somewhat of Jason's standpoint where it's a boy and it's normal and appropriate for us to treat our boys that way. But now that I've grown a little bit older and I see the dynamic between how women and men are treated and boys and girls are treated and the difference, I try to keep it fair and even for both of my kids. And that is just like what pops into my mind because, like, for example, all right, my 17-year-old son, I let a girl come over and they go and hang out in his room. Now they're supposed to keep their door open so that I can see. But will I let my daughter do the same thing? Like, you have to think about those things. And so it backed it all the way up to 5 years old. Like, if I had those same thoughts then, no, I wouldn't have done it. But I did do it.
You had your
So-
Oprah aha moment. I got you.
I get it.
Thank you for sharing. Diana, do you think it's a good idea to have a 5-year-old's birthday at Hooters?
Absolutely not. I think it's very inappropriate. And by the way, I'm an AML, but no, absolutely not.
Thank you for being
Yes,
AML.
thank you very much.
All right, Jason is
Absolutely.
very angry
Love
at
you
you right
guys.
now.
No, everybody has their opinion. It's just the country's going to
Okay,
crap.
it's very right. To me, it's very inappropriate for a 5-year-old to go to Hooters. I'm
The
sorry, but
5-year-old
that's
doesn't
just
even
my
know what's going on. All they see is a girl in shorts and a top, and she's bringing delicious food over and having a celebration for his birthday and singing happy birthday.
And then he'll realize he doesn't need Roblox anymore.
and then when he looks back on it back in the day, he's like, wow.
I agree, but still, it's very inappropriate. I would never do that. Never.
Would
Not
you-
a 5-year-old.
Okay, but how about would you go to a 5-year-old's birthday party if you were invited at Hooters?
No, no,
Okay.
I would not.
That's where we're different.
I would not. Honestly, I would not.
Okay.
I might even go just to judge them really harshly.
Well, and to eat the food.
I have a feeling that Katie would actually have a lot of fun at Hooters.
I love Hooters. I've been to Hooters. I
See?
love Hooters. But
And
I've also been
this
to
is the
strip
thing-
clubs.
This is the thing that tells you it might be a little bit inappropriate. There's a lot of guys that if they're married,
Yes.
and they're like, oh, where'd you go to dinner? And they went to Hooters. They're like, some wing place.
Yeah,
They probably
right.
wouldn't be so
Open.
big to say it, but you're gonna take your 5-year-old for his birthday party? Come on, that's not reality.
It's
we can joke
but
about
he
it.
wanted to.
If you went to Hooters for, maybe Carol doesn't care, Jason.
Hooters? I don't think she would care. I think
But
it's
I
a
don't
lot
think
better than
if
a
you were
strip
going
club.
there. Well, yes, but I think you're going there all the time. She'd be like, "What's he doing in Hooters all the time?"
Mhm.
I mean, but there's nothing at Hooters.
I
Like,
know, but there's that.
I can go to search my Instagram. Just go search on Instagram. I see way better stuff on that than I can get than at Hooters. The only thing at Hooters is at least I'm eating.
Sometimes I just get wings to go, then look at my Instagram feed.
to sit in my car.
If you want to sexualize it, that's a better sexual experience.
Yeah, all right. Your 5-year-old can't be on Instagram. They have to be 13. All right. Okay. Anthony, you went to Hooters for your birthday when you were younger?
Yes, well, to be fair, we were turning 16, and our grandfather out of nowhere came and pulled me and my twin brother out of class and took us. And it was,
He was more excited.
Grandpa's cool.
oh yeah, it was humiliating for one because they tied the balloons around us and stood us up on chairs. But to be fair, it was looking back, it was great.
Oh, God. yeah.
like it.
There, that's what I'm talking
can I
about.
ask, did you have any movement down there?
Ew.
You were 16.
Why?
Ew.
Why do you go
Why?
there?
Why?
Why?
16.
Why do you want to know about his erection?
I said movement.
Do they
It
have
could be a
movement? You
chub-
can say, do they have movement at the beach? Do they have movement when they're looking at anything? It's just
No, it's not the
It's
same.
girls
It's
in
not
shorts.
the same. If we went to our normal lunch place and the waitress was wearing a bikini, we'd be like, "What is going
Would
on?"
you
not
have
wearing bikinis
movement?
there.
You would have movement
no,
in your pants?
when I was 16, maybe.
I'm sorry.
Jason's on the record for
not-
saying he would like do it with like warm fruit when he was 16 and the wind blows. And I'm the weird one for asking a guy at Hooters if he get a boner.
Good
Because
pivot.
I don't want to know if he did.
Yes.
That's gross. You are the weird
Good
one.
pivot. That is exactly who gives. And first of all, there's a lot of times in restaurants, especially fancy restaurants, where they're wearing a nice tight dress, boobs popping out, probably way more at that fancy restaurant than the Hooters girl wearing little orange
Where
shorts.
are you eating?
Yeah, I don't want to hear about a 16-year-old's erection. A
don't
possible
either.
erection. You
That-
did
I
too.
I understand, Jared.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Squid,
understand
you're a
because
toxic king.
because if you're 16 and it's your birthday, you might feel really awkward and weird. Like I want to know, like, did it get even more awkward? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Like,
You're standing there in front of your
And
grandmother.
when
yeah,
you're,
was
when
it
you're
traumatizing?
16, you get really good at hiding it.
yeah. See?
You got good at hiding. He tucked it. I understand that.
And you go to restaurants all over the place. One of your favorites where they dress pretty nice.
Which one?
Are
Pretty nice.
closed, reopened.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was closed again.
No.
No, they were open it big.
Oh, okay.
Just slammed. And even then, I'm like, can y'all put some longer pants
Of
on,
course.
please?
Oh, please.
Of course.
Please.
I make my kids wear like goggles. Yeah.
That's
they can't see.
when we're like
What's the
sitting at
difference?
lunch.
Yeah, what's the difference? You bring your kids there.
It's a big difference.
Interesting.
Not really.
Not
No,
really.
it's not.
It's the name of the
It's
establishment.
almost the exact
It
same.
is not the same.
Close.
Yeah, it is.
Although I would say, and if I were advising Hooters, which I'm not, the pantyhose.
Well,
They
no,
don't- a lot
the
of them don't wear 'em.
pantyhose. Yeah, but
It's
you
for,
don't
like, safety,
understand.
right?
Well, yes, and the pantyhose keep everything where it's supposed to be. You don't understand.
But
the
a lot of
pantyhose are a
Hooters
must.
girls don't wear them anymore.
They
Really?
don't?
They just wear the leg warmers?
I don't even think they wear those anymore. So they changed
Oh,
it a
that's
little bit.
unfortunate.
Jason's acting like he looks below their chest.
They need to
Like he knows
have
what they're wearing.
the leg warmers.
Why? I like legs.
Oh, okay.
Look
He
at
said
legs.
he wants to see kegs and legs.
I thought you were just
Yeah.
going there for the food.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're being honest.
I mean, I
I
am.
will say this right now. I will say this right now. Where you go to with the R is very similar to Hooters, and maybe at times worse.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
and that other
Matt?
place too.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you,
That
Matt.
other
I
one
agree.
that we've been to before, the one that was like trying to be Hooters for a while. You know the
Huh?
one?
Twin Peaks.
No,
never been
well,
there.
no, not that one. Yes, we have. We've been to the
Twin Peaks?
the other one. The,
Oh, Kickback Jacks?
Yes, that one where they were dressing.
Well,
Yeah.
some would say Roadie's is copying Kickback Jacks. And,
I see.
Yeah.
And then Kickback
Kickback
Jacks
Jacks.
was copying Hooters.
Yeah.
So they're all dressed. They're
Yeah,
they're
it's very
risque.
similar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have my 5-year-old's birthday there.
You would.
You go there all the time.
I would not have my. But don't turn this on me because you're a perv, Jason.
Even Matt said, and Matt's very conservative.
No, he's not. He's like the least anything.
We don't know.
He's kissed 5 guys. He's the opposite of that.
We don't know if he is or not
I
because
mean,
he
you
only
know.
votes so we don't get
I'm
on
not
him.
saying voting. I'm saying conservative like in nature.
I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
He does whatever, man.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
He's more likely to do. All right, last call real quick, but we want to talk to Jordan. There's a 5-year-old at her birthday party. I'm sorry, had his birthday party at Hooters. They posted it. There's blowback. Most of you are saying not a problem. You worked at Hooters. Is that correct, Jordan?
I did. I worked at Hooters and I worked in strip clubs a long time ago.
Okay.
Gateway drug. I'm just kidding.
I no.
I'm kidding.
I think that if I mean, I wouldn't just have my child's birthday party, but if they asked me to, and that's what they wanted to do at Hooters, I'd be fine with that. And I do have a 12-year-old daughter, and I have a 2-year-old daughter. Back when I worked at Hooters, your butt cheeks weren't allowed to hang out. You know, you wore
Ugh.
the tights so that it held everything in.
Mhm,
Yeah.
See.
I think when I worked at Hickory Tavern bartending over there, I think my boobs were out even more in that kind of shirt.
A
'cause it
lot
still
of-
looked
a
the way
lot
it
of
flowed
bar
further
and
than it was at
grills.
Hooters.
Exactly. Thank you. That's my
Mhm.
point. A lot of bar and grills and stuff like that are even more so than Hooters, and Jared still would go there.
They're
And
designed-
just because of the name's not
name.
Hooters, oh, it's okay.
No, they're not designed, but they're not designed for kids' birthdays. Any of those places.
But my
That's what we're
point is,
talking about,
you would
kids.
still have your kid go. You still bring your kids to eat there.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
and then also when I worked at Hooters too, they train you that if there's actually surprisingly a large amount of children and women that go in there. They tell you to focus on the women and focus on the children when they're with men in there.
So there's
But
not.
it's not like they're shoving your kid's face in their boobs. They're not doing that.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
So
All right, Jordan.
or anyone else for that matter. So yeah.
Jordan. Jason wants to set up a birthday party. When does Landon turn 15 or 16?
May, not for a while.
Oh,
Well,
It's
something
time
to
to
look forward
plan.
to it.
No, I don't do that stuff anymore.
Oh.
Actually, I come from a conservative family. My dad is a detective. I'm in law school now.
Really?
So, but I did it to make ends meet when I was bartending at a strip club for about 5 years as a single mom. And then, of course, when I was at Hooters, I just worked at Hooters.
It is
you say it.
the
So-
American dream right,
Right.
there.
Mhm.
Ain't that the way?
if there's not a more
I would never
stereotypical,
tell my daughters. I would never tell my daughters I worked at the strip club, but
Why?
at Hooters,
You
I
weren't a
don't have an issue
stripper.
with that at all.
You weren't a
Yeah.
stripper. You were just a bartender at the strip club. That's like
No, but I respect them. Not everybody's who you think they are.
Well, and with all
So,
due,
even strippers.
with all due respect, it is ain't that the way where it's like I come from a conservative family, used to work at Hooters.
And
You
they
know
didn't
what I
know.
mean? Like,
No one knew when I was working in
Yes.
strip clubs. Nobody knew that. I was doing
Yeah.
it for a reason.
But-
You'd have never thought that I worked in a place like that.
Your
You're
dad
the
must be a
type
bad
of person.
detective.
You're the type of person. You are the type of person when I walked into the strip club. You're the type of person when I go to the bar to get a drink and the girl looks good looking. I would say that's unfortunate. Only a bartender.
oh wow,
Oh
yeah,
God.
yeah.
I made a lot of money. I got that a lot. Yes.
All right.
Did you ever try the stripping?
I
it,
have
so
done it. Had done it on a slow nights like Sunday Mondays when nobody would know me.
Yeah, I know. I know
I
how it
was
works.
worried about that. But
They strip clubs are famous.
I
for
made
getting-
more money than a lot of the dancers sometimes because guys want what they can't have.
Yes,
Yeah,
strip
I've
clubs
heard
are
that.
famous for the first step to
Yep.
becoming a stripper is the bartender.
I've heard that.
The first, and then after a while, you get desensitized.
Sure.
And then you start seeing what they're making.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think I can do that. Oh, she's not that good looking. I'm better than that. The next thing you know, you're on the strip
Do you
club.
go bartender?
it wasn't
to
for me.
cocktail server.
I think both. I think if you're cocktail server or bartender, it's the first step of becoming a stripper. It really is.
No, I remember being at GTCC.
Oh yeah, they try to recruit you. They try to recruit you. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being at GTCC years ago because I did really good in high school. Oh, it's a great school. and
Very
I
prestigious.
had no choices. People go there to save money. I had no choices at that point. And I remember there's a girl in my class, and we got to talking or whatever, and she goes, yeah. I was like, what do you do? She's like, oh, I'm a cocktail waitress. I don't even know what that. I'm like, what is that? She's like, at a Mirage or whatever it was, some strip club. And I go, oh. She said, but I'm not stripping. The next year, full on stripper.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like,
Nope, I never told anyone, and always kept a job as well, a regular job. I just did it to make ends meet for a little while.
where are you in law school?
Elon.
Wow,
Nice.
that's a good
Good
one.
for you.
That's a really good one. All right, Jordan,
And
thank
you
you.
could
My
dress up in the
sisters.
attorney's gear after.
On stage.
Welcome to the stage.
Back by
sisters.
popular demand. Judge Jordan. And don't forget to tip.
You ever notice that
on me.
the DJ at the strip club has the most pukey voice on the face of the planet?
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
It is time for Mon-Sat to the stage.
The stage.
It's 2 for 1 night, 2 dances for $2. Yeah. Here's Melissa. Pay for a private dance. She can give you legal advice.
It's not Melissa, it's Cinnamon.
Oh, whatever.
Duh.